What's up, everybody? I'm meteorologist Andrea Myers, bringing you guys your daily hail forecast, sponsored as always by C3 Group, Merlin Law Group, American Contractor, and Atlas. They are linked, as always, in the description to this video, so go ahead and check them out there. So we do have a Texas risk today. That's something. It is a West Texas risk, and it's marginal, but we're going to talk about it regardless. And then into tomorrow, we have a more organized system that's going to start building through the central U.S., tracking across the east, could bring us some organized storms through the middle to end of the week. And then after that, going into your 5-cast for Denver, Dallas, and DFW, and seeing what all, or Denver, Dallas, and OKC, and seeing what's going on for the next 5 days for your storms, for your rain chances, temperatures, all that good stuff. But first, before we get into our weather, going into our upcoming events, and right now the only one is going to be the OU Kansas tailgate that we're going to have. So if you guys are next to the southeast entrance, south of Heisman Park, that's where our tailgate booth is going to be. You'll see us out there. It's Hail Trace's and Beacon's booth, and we got free food, free beer, we got the game on, and it might actually be a pretty good one, guys. OU hasn't been doing as great as we've wanted them to this season, and Kansas is actually doing pretty well, so this could be a good game. Get out there and see us on October 15th. We'll be excited to meet y'all or see any return tailgaters. Then into today, we got sunny skies across most of the U.S. here, save Texas. We've got a little bit of precipitation going on through the Panhandle right now, just south of Lubbock, and then clear again once we get towards Midland, Odessa, and Fort Stockton. So through the area, we could start to see some storms building up in a few hours here with a little bit of a disturbance that's happening there. We could get hail and wind through the southwest part of Texas here this afternoon. So it feels like fall across most of the U.S. here. We got those yellows and greens. That's more those mid-tone temperatures. 76 in Kansas City and Springfield. Low 70s in Oklahoma City, waking up this morning to some rain. And then a little bit warmer once we get down towards the Gulf states. 79 in Tallahassee, 80 in Houston and Corpus Christi. But generally feeling like, again, fall across most of the U.S. We do have a little bit of humidity through Texas, Oklahoma, and the southern Mississippi Valley. And with that, that's going to help us out with our storms, but the rest of us are staying pretty much clear and dry for today. And then through the east, it's going to be a different story into tomorrow through the midweek. So here's what the temperatures, the humidity, that disturbance, all that good stuff is doing to our significant hail model value chances. So through the Fort Stockton area along I-10 here, by around 3 p.m., we're starting to see some yellows bubbling up on our model. And now with that, that's where our storms are going to be initiating and around that time. So we could get some quarters starting out as the afternoon builds into the early evening. Then by 5 p.m., still seeing the same values, even warming up a little bit now as those storms start to move towards Midland, Odessa. So again, could see some hail with that, as well as some gusty winds starting up through the early evening into the overnight hours as those storms lift up off to the northeast. So here they are into the next few hours. Again, 3:30, we got those storms bubbling up along I-10, and with any of those isolated cells, we could get some quarters to half dollars tracking through. It's going to be the same story all the way from the border of Texas and New Mexico here, just to the north and west of Del Rio, all the way into New Mexico. Could see some scattered severe hail through the area. Now, if you look, not a ton of coverage with those storms, so any severe hail, again, is going to stay isolated, scattered through the region, but we could get some winds with those, and then tracking more towards a wind risk by around 8:30 as we see our cells start to cluster up through the area, tracking again off to the north and east and fizzling out by the early morning hours into tomorrow. So here's our hail risk for you guys. So again, if you guys are in any of that area from New Mexico all the way down into the southwest area of Texas here, quarters to half dollars possible with any of those singular storms that track through the area. So if you guys are in Fort Stockton, if you're in Midland, Odessa, or really anywhere in between, you got a chance to see some severe hail with any of those cells popping up through your area this afternoon and this evening. Then for wind, it's going to be a similar risk area for you guys, and it's going to transition more towards a wind threat into the afternoon hours, but we could get some collapsing storms producing some severe gusts here as those initial cells pop up. So anywhere again from Fort Stockton into Midland, Odessa, could see some gusty winds, better chance as the night goes on to see those. And again, storm coverage is very scattered, so keeping everybody in a low end chance for wind as well as hail. Then into tomorrow, that's when we get a more organized system tracking through. You can see that cold front starting to make its way through there, and then out ahead of it by around 9 p.m. It's a late system. By around 9 p.m., got those scattered cells starting now through just south of Minneapolis and just west of La Crosse. Now, if you take a look at those, they are initially isolated, but as they track off to the east, they band up very quickly. So we will have a hail chance, but it's going to be super initial as those storms first begin. Then we're going to see that cold front tracking those storms all the way down to the south and west to just north of Kansas City. Again, as a line, and as they continue to build that way, Wichita could see some storms by the early morning hours. Same all the way through the central part of Wisconsin here through Madison. And as those continue off through the east, we'll have another storm risk for you guys for Wednesday. So looking into all of that good stuff. But for tomorrow, here's our hail risk. Going to keep that swath pretty narrow. Again, it's going to be just that initial chance as those storms first go up. So we could see some quarters to $half, really anywhere from Wichita up into La Crosse. And again, that's going to quickly transition into wind for tomorrow. And that swath's going to be a little broader here, now tracking that all the way through Davenport and even just short of Milwaukee, Wisconsin here. We could start to see some wind. Milwaukee, looking more towards Wednesday. If you guys are outside of that swath, that system's going to keep on trucking along, so we'll talk more about you guys tomorrow. But for now, anywhere from Wichita up into La Crosse, Davenport, Springfield, even Tulsa, could get some severe gusts with that line of storms that's tracking through tomorrow. So here's what all that's doing. All right, we got that first low pressure system that's swinging off the coast. We got a little disturbance down here in Texas, and that's what's getting us those storms into today. And then for tomorrow, we're going to start to see this guy moving through. There we are by Tuesday at noon, and there's going to be a cold front ahead of that tracking through the upper Mississippi Valley. And with that cold front, we're going to see those storms building up. Then by Wednesday, that trough is continuing to sink down to the south and move off to the east. So getting a little more intensity behind it as it starts to track now through Ohio and the New England states. And then again, making its final push off the coast by the end of the week. There it is by Thursday. Could still see a lingering chance of storms along the east coast before it finally makes its way outward by Friday. So here's your 5cast for OKC starting out. We got 73 as our high today and a 20% chance of rain. We've already been seeing scattered showers through the OKC metro area. Going to stay partly cloudy for most of the day. Then into tomorrow, warming up into the 80s, still a 20% chance of rain with that system that's tracking through. And then we're going to start to clear out by Wednesday through Friday. Sunny skies and staying in the mid 70s to low 80s and our lows in the 50s and 60s. So pretty nice for OKC. Down into Denver. Going to be somewhat similar conditions, a little bit warmer for you guys. 86 as your high today, and that storm system looks like it's going to miss you guys, stay mostly to your west, so low chances of precip with that. And then working our way up to 91 degrees by Wednesday, midweek, and starting to see a little bit of a chance for you guys to get some storms. Then dropping those chances for rain off by Thursday and Friday, and again back to sunny skies and in the mid 80s for you guys in Dallas. Then last but not least for our Colorado friends, here's your Denver forecast, 5cast I guess. 75, 76 on Tuesday, staying nice and sunny. It's going to be pretty consistently in the mid 70s for the first part of the week with no chances of precip, so it should be pretty nice for you guys. Then working our way down into the mid 60s, mid to upper 60s by Thursday, and then back into the upper 70s by Friday. So if you need to get on any roofs, it's a great time to do that for you guys in Denver. Then last but not least, leaving you with the tropical outlook. So we have Julia that's moving off into the Pacific right now, but right above it is another disturbance here, and you can see that trying to organize itself, but it's not really in an ideal place to do that. I mean, it's moving over the Yucatan Peninsula here, and with that, not really going to help it intensify. But if anyone is along the area through Mexico, through the Yucatan, then you could have a chance of seeing some pretty heavy rain, some gusty winds, but we only got a 2% chance of development for further development on this storm over the next 2 days, and then the next 5 days is only 10% chance. So we'll see what it does once it hops over land, moves back into the Gulf of Mexico, but for now, not looking too promising in terms of development. So that's what we'll leave you guys with for today. You guys can follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Hit See First on Facebook so you never miss a live video. And then you can follow us on TikTok. They're not our friends right now. They don't like our videos, but follow us on TikTok anyways, and we'll keep you updated on our lives. And then if you guys want to get in contact with us, you can call us at 855-334-4245. You can also email us if you'd rather at info@hailtrace.com, or check out hailtrace.com for more details. And we'll let you know what's going on with all your severe weather risks. But for now, I'm meteorologist Andrea Myers. Thanks for watching.